Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. In this episode, I'm going to be retouching your raw files. So in case you don't know this, I have a show that I've been doing for 2 years now, every Wednesday, where I retouch your photography. If you want to know how I can retouch your photography, you got to watch my free masterclass. The link is below the video. It's going to tell you how at the age of 40, I quit my job, almost lost my house, and eventually sold $500,000 in fine art print and found some really cool things that really helped and boosted my photography. I share all my secrets. The link is down below. Watch it. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some photos that some students of mine send me, and I'm going to show you how they retouch it, and I'm going to redo the retouching, and we'll compare it at the end. I'm not saying I'm better, but I took photos where I do something different, and maybe you can learn a thing or two in this. So let's jump in. We're going to start with this photo. So I got this photo from Mac Brown. This is my favorite bridge in Paris. It's Le Pont Neuf. It is magnifique. It is incroyable. This is the original raw file, and this is what Mike did. Now, I love what he did, except that for me, it's a little too much pink. The bridge is not very straight. That's not how I remember it. What I want to create with this one is a lot of drama, but I want to create a natural effect. Drama with natural. So let's jump right into it. So here I am. This is the original raw file. So to speed things up, I'm going to be using my preset. I'm also going to put a link to my free preset. The link is down below. Once you put in your email address, you're going to get the free preset in 4 to 5 minutes. You will have the opportunity to buy all my presets, which is what I'm going to be using today, because they're really awesome. I use them on everything to retouch your photography. I use them to make all these books. So to import the free preset, all you have to do is go here to import presets, click that file called Lightroom CC and classic.zip. If you have an older version of Lightroom, we will provide you an older version of presets with a PDF on how to install it. So now my free preset pack is here. You can see it. And I'm going to either use that or I'll use the full set of presets. And you will see the difference. It's quite amazing. So let's start off with this photo. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to my golden hour preset. I'll show you, if I take my natural everyday preset, what I love about it is I've got a whole bunch of golden hour. So basic, linear, it's just different exposure. And I can look which one match. Like I like this one, golden hour, linear, circle, dark. Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to crop the photo like he did because I thought it was a great idea. So I'm going to crop it like this, something similar to what he did, like this, boom, voila. Yeah, that's the good thing to have like a very high resolution camera is you can crop and you still have a great, decent photo left. And let me see how far he did about something like this. And I don't think you can see the car. Yeah, look at that, boom. Yeah, I actually think he went like this and like this, yeah. Something like that, right on the border. So that's what we have. So when I use one of my presets, the first thing that I do is I hold on the Option key on my keyboard and I make sure my blacks are blacks and my whites are whites, meaning I move this to the right until I can see some kind of, you see here in white? Okay, good. The next thing I'm going to do on this one is, I don't like the cropping actually. You know what? I want more space around the bridge and maybe I'm just going to crop more like this. We'll see. We'll leave some of that for now. I don't really mind that for now. But a lot of things have been done by the preset. Now, I want to go something more natural, so I'm going to add more blue. And you see here we have a big yellow light that's kind of weird. So I have to go here in my radial circle. And I'm actually going to, this one, I'm going to reset it. I'm going to take it out. Boom for now. Because I cropped the photo so much I cannot grab it, but that's fine. And I'm going to add one more. So I'm going to make a little circle here. I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to invert it. And I'm just going to add a bit of light and a bit of yellow in it. Just a little bit, not so much light. And I'm going to feather it big time because the sun was coming from there. And I'm just going to put this on the side, something like this. And if it's too strong, you can just lower, just to add a little bit of light coming from the side. Okay, I find the building are still too yellow, so I'm going to dial back down some blue, maybe a little magenta, but not so much. Add some contrast. I would even erase this in Photoshop. Let's see if we can erase it now. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to make sure I go on Hill, and then I'm going to make it that small. Make sure here Tool Overlay is on Auto, and then I'm just going to paint here, and then go put this here. So this copy and paste. and put opacity 100%, and the feather a little less, yeah, something like that. It's not exactly right. Honestly, on this one, I would go to Photoshop and do some job there. But what you can do is you can actually do it again. You can paint again over it one more time, and then take the tool here and put it there. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it does not. Okay, it didn't help, that's fine, but that's gonna be good enough for now. Okay, I still want to go more blue, yeah, something like this, and then more contrast. I want to take, I'm gonna go here, and in my preset I already have a gradient here. On this one I'm gonna add a tiny more blue, voila, and a little, and I'm gonna do another gradient for the bottom here, just to darken here a little bit. Okay, and I'm very careful on the colors. So he went very, very warm. He's actually zooming in a lot more, which I think is a good idea. Let's see if we can zoom in a lot more on here. There's so much pixel to work with. So you know what, I'm just gonna cut this like this. Yeah, something like this, which actually works better. I still want to make the top of the photo darker. That's what I would do. Not so much. Yeah, something like that. But you see, the sky is the colors are not very real to me, so I'm gonna back down a little bit the magenta, something like that. I want to go for some impact, but I want to go natural. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I'm gonna lower the exposure just a little tad. Sometimes that's what I do. I lower the exposure and then I take a little brush, and then I just add a little bit of light here on the bridge here, just here and there. I still don't like the sky. I think the sky looks a bit weird, so I'm gonna go back here and then make this go a little higher. Maybe not add that blue there. That blue looks kind of weird. Okay, and then maybe I'm gonna make another gradient on the sky. Sometimes I do double gradients, and this one's just gonna bring down a little bit like this. Okay, I still think it's too yellow, so I'm gonna go even more blue. Yeah, something like that. You gotta be careful, because when you change the white balance, sometimes the colors go crazy. And I think the main thing I didn't like about his retouching is that the colors of the sky were weird. So I don't want to do the same mistake, but that's kind of okay. Maybe I'm gonna dial down the vibrance a little bit. Okay, and I'm kind of happy with that. So let's see, we're gonna compare both photos. C and Shift Tab. So on the left side, that's my retouch. On the right side, it's his retouch. Very similar. He did more of a panel, but I didn't like the pink that was going on here on the, oh, I cannot zoom in. I didn't like the pink that was going on here because it was just too pink. So, you know, it's a small thing, but different colors. But honestly, he did a great job. So the next photo is this one from Brian Pelshaw. Brian is one of my students. He sent me this photo of, I guess it's Arch Monument Valley kind of thing. And the colors for me were too saturated and too false. And I have a rule, this is the original raw file. When the colors are not there, don't try to bring the colors. Bad colors go black and white. And I'm gonna show you that even just using the free pack that I just gave you. So I'm gonna go to develop, because the free pack has got awesome black and white things. So I'm gonna close my full pack. I'm gonna go to the free pack and check this out. I got black and white 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna use 3. And then as usual, I'm gonna do my black point. I'm gonna hold on the black point until I really want some blacks on this one. I'm gonna do my white point, something like that. I think I wanna make the whole photo a bit darker and add a bit more contrast. Yes, I really want like a Ansel Adams styles. Ansel Adams is amazing. I love his, you know, really strong black and white of landscapes. One thing Ansel Adams used to do is a lot of black skies here. So, but the problem you see here in my preset, my free preset, I got two sky. I got one sky here, one gradient here. And this one is really making this too dark. So what you can do is you can go to range mask off, luminance, and you can move this slider range to the right. And that's gonna make this sort of go behind the arch. It's gonna be less here. And what you can do to even push the effect further is you can go here to brush, and then you can go here to erase, and make sure the density is around 70. And now I've got an eraser. I'm erasing the effect of that gradient just where I'm brushing here. And you see now that gradient is less affecting the arch. So Let me show you the gradient before. So that's the before, that's the after. What a change. Look at this, how the gradient makes the photo really more awesome. So the next thing you do when you use one of my presets is you go here in the circle, and I got a circle here. This one I'm gonna put it here. This circle, I think I'm gonna put it here. And the whole purpose of circle is to break what I call break the light. The whole purpose of my circle is to break the light, meaning I want the light, I'm looking for places that have like, that needs a bit of exposure, maybe here for example. And if it's too much, I can dial it down a little bit, you know. And this one, I'm gonna, yeah, this one is kind of cool. I'm gonna stick this one here. And I think this photo is awesome, but it's not made for color. It's made for dramatic black and white. And yeah, I'm really loving it. So let's compare. So on the left side is my retouch. On the right side is Brian's retouch. I thought black and white was the right way to go on this one. The next photo I really like, but I think the sky is a little too not dark enough, and I want to use one of my black and white presets. I'm going to take the original RAW file, and I'm going to go to black and white 2. No, let's go 3, and look how it made the sky really black. I love that. So now I'm going to take my gradient, and you see there is a gradient on top and on above, and this one I'm actually going to make it a bit bigger, like that. And I think I'm going to make the whole photo a little darker, and then I'm going to jump into my radial tools, and I'm going to move my radials. I think I'm going to add one here, because I like when the clouds are a little bit like shiny. And here, so very similar to what Kim Peary did, which is one of my students, but I'm moving the circle at places where I want to break, you know, the gradients. You know, I don't want like an even lighting. I remember when I studied photography years ago, I went in 2010 to a lecture by Joe McNally, and he said something that stayed with me forever, and that's why I built this black and white preset. He said, an object which is partially laid is more interesting than an object which is fully laid. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make object partially laid with these circles. Okay, let me just crop the photo just a little tad. I think I'm gonna go 16:9 on this one. Yeah, and then make it a little more straight, maybe like that. Boom. Okay, so let's compare. So the left side is my photo, the right side is his. I just made the sky a bit darker and the mountain a bit darker. I think it's more interesting, but I really like what she did. Next, this one is going to be hard. This is one of my students, one of my most talented students. In fact, he's the one that won the macro challenge. His name is George Sturgeon. He's from London. He's a guitar player. He teaches guitar, but he's an amazing photographer. I love this shot. And he won the challenge of the macro with this photo of the rose. And he's going to get a signed copy of one of my books. And then I'm going to promote him to 1 million followers so that he gets more followers. Now, if you want to win a similar challenge, all you have to do is get my free presets, paid. You don't have to buy the full set. If you can, it's amazing. But get at least my free preset, retouch some of your best photo with it, put it on Instagram with @photosearch, and you post it as a story with that @photosearch. I'll see it, and the best one in 2 weeks will also be promoted to 1 million followers and will get a signed copy of one of my books. So this is what he did, and I love this photo very, very, very much. I just thought that he made, the whole photo is very sharp everywhere, which I never do because I want to do something different. Something, maybe it's going to be less impressive, less, more natural. Let's see. So that's the original RAW file, and this is what he did. Let's see what preset I'm going to use. So I'm going to go to my develop module. This time I'm going to take my everyday preset, and I'm going to see here. So what I love about Lightroom is you can go here, okay, and I can just test different presets and see what they do to the photo. I think I'm going to go to the golden hour, or maybe it's a daylight preset on this one, like daylight. Yeah, I'm going to go daylight dark on this one. Daylight dark is a good starting point. So I'm going to do my black. I'm going to do my white, as usual. I'm just making sure I got some good contrast. I'm going to crush in the contrast. For the white balance, I think maybe a little more magenta, just a tad. And then you see how the photo is all crooked? Well, I'm going to go to the transform here, and I'm going to go to auto. And boom. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go here and click constraint crop, and it's gonna crop the photo. Okay, I'm liking this, but I want it to make it more impressive, so I'm gonna make it a little darker like this. And then I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a brush, and I'm just gonna boost some exposure, flow intensity in the 70s, and I'm just gonna brush here to pretend there's more light coming from this side. I think I want to brush here just to make this point a bit darker, brush the middle. Okay, it's very not brushing right now, so maybe just a little tad more power, but very subtle, not too much. I'm just going to brush here to make this light a little bit brighter. Yeah, something like this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a bit of texture, but instead of like going all the way like this on texture, like George usually does, I'm just going to go a bit of texture, a little bit of clarity, but then I'm going to take a brush. And on that brush, I'm going to add texture and clarity, and I'm just going to add brush and texture here, like, and clarity just here on this door here. Voila, it's just to make this very sharp and not everything else. It gives more depth to the photo. I think I want to make the photo a little darker, and I'm going to take a brush, double click on effect. This is Barcelona, guys, by the way. George was sending me this as an inspiration for my Barcelona book, and I took a very similar photo. So, and I think on this one, I just want to dodge it even more, like add a bit of brightness here, maybe make this title a bit stronger, a bit brighter here and here. And then I'm going to create a new brush, but this time I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to vignette this. So I'm going to brush here to make this a bit darker, maybe make this wall a bit darker, but I don't want to make this darker so much. Just here. That's what the good thing when you vignette with a brush is you can do whatever you want. And then maybe just add a tad of exposure, and let's compare. So this is his retouching and this is mine. Let's compare them both. Okay, so on the right side you got his retouching, and then you have my retouching on the left side. I mean, it's very similar, except that he added sharpening everywhere and I did not. And you know, I don't have that blue cast that he has here. I think I'm a little more natural, and I didn't sharpen everywhere, you know, but George is a master, so, you know, there's not much I can improve, but I still wanted to show that to you guys. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do two more. So this is a photo from Lichelle Walsh. She's a photographer from Florida, a good student of mine, and this is the raw file that she sent me. So on this one, I'm going to go to, and I'm going to use my full pack of preset. I'm going to go to the golden hour preset. Look at this. And it's going to be really easy. I'm going to take the golden hour linear circle, which is like the middle value. I'm going to check my black point. I'm going to check my white point. And maybe add a bit of contrast. And I think all I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to go 16 by 9 like she did. So 16 by 9. I'm already at 16 by 9 actually. Yes, something like this. Like very pano, and I'm gonna add some more fog. So I'm gonna go here, double click on effect, make a big circle here, and I'm going to go lower the dehaze. Oh, and make sure you invert so it's only there. You see how it's gonna add fog back? Check this out, before, after. I'm gonna add some fog back in the shot. Yes, back in the shot. Okay, so I'm really bad at accent, I'm sorry. I am French, that's all I know how to do. So I'm gonna go here, compare. So on the left side you have my retouch, on the right side you have Lichelle retouch. I don't know, I wanted to go for like a more sunset kind of feeling. Last but not least, Emmanuel Poichot, who is a doctor in the north of France, sent me this photo. I really liked it, but there is a bit of halos here around this. The sun is very definite. And I don't know, the grass for me is a very high frequency texture. That blue here looked a bit unreal to me, a bit too saturated. So I'm gonna use again my golden hour preset on this one because I love, check this out. So golden hour basic, linear, circle, dark, light. I'm gonna use the middle one, boom. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do to it. And you'll see the difference. It's maybe a little less impressive. I'm gonna boost a little bit the highlights here, maybe contrast it a bit more. On the gradient that's here on top, I might make it a little bit darker and add a bit of blue, but just a bit. I'm not gonna go like this like he did, that's too much, just a little bit. Voila. And here I'm going to go to the circle, and this is where the circle is for the sun. It's at the wrong place because all my preset comes with and I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to go here to range mascom luminance and get it to go a little under the tree kind of thing. Just like that. Maybe just add a bit more vibrance and a bit more contrast. And that's about it. So very different retouching. I tried to go a little more natural. So on the left side you have my retouching, on the right side you have his retouching. I just think it was a little too unnatural. You know, more I grow older as a photographer, more I try to go for epic but natural. Alright guys, if you want me to retouch your photography, click the link, come to see my masterclass. It's going to show you my 3 secrets that really helped me the most to, at the age of 40, to be able to be a fine art photographer. My work is in 85 galleries around the world, plus I've got 7 books now. And you know, so I must be doing something right. It's all in that masterclass. Link is down below. Get my preset pack, retouch some of your best photo with it, post it on Instagram, tag me, and I'm gonna get 1 million people to look at your photography. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much.